welcome to the Patrick Durkin Fencing Foundation 5K. My wife and I have a charitable organization where over the last 7 years we've raised over $200,000 to support athletes trying to make Olympic teams, world teams, and USA travel teams. We've been very successful in that. We have 7 athletes that have obtained some level of that, and we've supported all. An athlete that post-college wants to continue fencing but doesn't have the resources, we help support them and try to make their dreams a reality. So because of COVID, we weren't able to do our 5K that we do every year, where we raise a lot of this money, so we're doing it now as a virtual one. And I know a lot of our athletes are running their own 5K at their own time, but I'm virtually. So Coach Phil and Amy are going to speak while I'm running, and I have 7 laps to do, so I'm going to get started in a moment, but I'm going to give it over to Amy.
If you want to support our 5K or sign up to run your own 5K at home or in your own neighborhood, go to durkinfencing.com, go to the foundation tab, and the first option is our virtual 5K sign up. So durkinfencing.com, foundation tab, and you can sign up for the virtual 5K there, or you can donate to support other runners like Patrick. You gonna get going?
I'm going to get going. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. I have 7 laps. So, Amy,
All right, so
how
I'm
do you
going
think?
to Coach Phil is our executive director for the foundation. So, Coach Phil, how is it going being the executive director of the Patrick Durkin Fencing Foundation?
It's going great. It's been a good learning experience, and it's just been really good to know that all these fundraisers and events we do are going to help people achieve competitive dreams. So, real thankful to be a part of that, and really excited to see what we have coming in the years to come, especially after the whole pandemic ends and we have to do more events in person. So, I'm really looking forward to those.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to in-person events again. They've really been a lot of fun. We've had past fundraisers. We've had galas in New York City, 5Ks at Central Park, as well as wine tasting events that were really popular in New Jersey at our fencing club. As Patrick mentions, we've raised about $200,000 to support U.S. fencers who were traveling to make U.S. teams. Some of those fencers include Rio Olympian Jason Pryor, who our foundation supported him for his travels to qualify for the Olympic Games in Rio. We're currently supporting Grant Williams, who is trying to make the postponed Tokyo Olympic Games, as well as some upcoming cadet and junior fencers. Other cadet and junior fencers our foundation has supported include Nikki Bach and Carl Matreka. So it's really exciting to see U.S. fencing really get to such a competitive level internationally. However, it is very expensive to qualify to make the Olympic team and U.S. national teams because you have to travel to World Cup qualifiers, and they're often in Europe, in Poland, in Hungary, Germany, UK, Italy, as well as in Korea, Cairo, Egypt. So these are pretty expensive trips for a lot of fencers to make work. Considering all of those trips every year for 4 years. So we have some motorcycle.
That was good. So, I guess, Amy, if we can change gears for a moment. I understand Patrick's been training pretty hard for this day. Is that right?
Patrick's been. We walk around the neighborhood a lot to train. But the good thing about a 5K fun run is you don't have to run all 5 kilometers. You can walk, you can jog. If you want to use a treadmill at home or while you're walking your dog or bike, we're pretty flexible. This is not a qualifying race for a marathon or anything. It's just for fun and to raise money for a 501c3 charity.
That's good to know. It's always good to have a good cause. But, Amy, if I understand, Patrick is claiming he's going to get the fastest time out of everyone running. That includes all the students. That includes Grant, everyone else who's running. Is that correct?
That's what after he's done with his 5K this evening, we will let you know his time. And if you think you have a better time, then post it in the comments and send us your video, share your video of you running the 5K at home. And here he is, done with his first lap.
It's looking pretty good, you know.
Yeah,
He's
it's
keeping a good pace
pretty
on.
good pace. So if you think you can beat his time, we'll post it in the comments. Then you're welcome to sign up to run the 5K on your own. Again, it can be on a treadmill at home, a treadmill at a gym, your local park or neighborhood. All you need to do is really easy. Go to durkinfencing.com, go to the foundation tab, and the first option, virtual 5K fun run. You click that and it will take you to a Click and Pledge link. Click and Pledge is a company that helps charities raise money, so they do all of the kind of back office of collecting your information and signing you up for the 5K. So all of our 5K participants will receive a t-shirt, which is really awesome. If you want to see this year's t-shirt design, it's on that foundation 5K webpage. So durkinfencing.com, foundation tab, and go to virtual 5K, and you'll see what the t-shirt looks like this year. It's really cool. It's a little bit of a different design because this year's a virtual 5K. It's a little bit different.
Lots of surprises here.
Lots of excitement here at the Durkin 5K. Like, this is the first year, Phil, where we've had
Yeah, should we make this a regular thing? I'm not sure. I mean, it's
Let us know.
entertaining.
Let us know if you want motorcycle tricks at the 5K in future years. And it's definitely something a little unique, a little exciting. Patrick, he missed some of them because again he is running a course that we have charted so that he's going to get his 5K in today while visiting us on the way.
Right, exactly. Always great to see Patrick getting in shape. Because what I understand, Amy, he's been getting into a serious training regimen. Is that right? Not just for the 5K, but for just in general.
Yes, during the COVID lockdowns that started in mid-March, I know it's been tough for a lot of people with gyms closed, fencing clubs being closed, schools being closed. You didn't even have your PE classes. We know it's been tough for a lot of kids and adults alike. So our club had virtual classes that were online to kind of keep people in shape, as well as a at-home strength and conditioning program that Coach Phil developed, and we shared those videos so that our students could follow along at home. But since things have opened up and we've been able to have classes and lessons for our fencing students, Patrick has really been getting in shape so that he can deliver those top quality lessons to our students. He's been doing Pilates, conditioning 2 days a week, and he's also been learning a lot of Pilates, yoga, and other strength and conditioning that he is introducing to our students in the classes, so that they can strengthen their bodies and move most efficiently, which is really important for fencing because it's really a full body sport. You're using arms, legs, everything, coordinating them.
Dogs.
So with the virtual 5K, I think it'll be a
Yeah,
take your dog out with you. If you want to walk the 5K.
Oh, awesome. Yeah,
Or,
absolutely.
if you want to, over 3 days, add up your total walking with your dog and build that into a 5K. We are very flexible. Again, it's about the charity, and every donation helps support athletes with Olympic and national team goals. And here's
Speak of
Coach
the devil.
Patrick. He's really keeping a good pace there.
Yeah, probably got some Alice in Chains on the iPod, something like that.
Yeah, I think he's been listening to a lot of classic 90s music, a lot of dance favorites, like La Bouche is one of my favorites. That's really great, fun pump-up music that Patrick likes to listen to while he runs. Fun fact. if share with us if you're running your own 5K at home or in your neighborhood, what you like to listen to. Some people like to walk and listen to podcasts, and that's how they catch up on some of their favorite podcasts where they learn about history or science or current events. So that's also another fun thing. I used to walk on a treadmill at the gym and listen to different podcasts.
Yeah, always. Whenever you listen to an audiobook, there's a lot of options. I mean, I'm just going to take a quick break. I'm just going to check to see what time we got,
Yeah,
see
let
how
us know
Patrick's
what
doing.
time we have.
Okay, so it is now 5:13, and when did he officially start running? I believe it was 5:03,
Yeah.
5:04.
A
So.
couple minutes after 5. So we're about maybe halfway, if not a little more.
Yeah, that seems about right.
I think we clocked it would be 6 laps, and he's passed by 3 times.
6 or 7. I'll have to check with him when he runs past again. So, but he's doing pretty good. Do you think anyone from the club's going to be able to beat him? It's looking pretty stiff.
I think it's going to be a tough time to beat, and we're hoping that you're up to the challenge. So if you want to challenge Patrick and beat his 5K time, again, you can run on a treadmill, on a track, in your neighborhood, around your house if you have a big enough basement, as long as you can share that time with us. If you want to sign up for the 5K, just go to durkinfencing.com, go to the foundation tab, and the first option will be sign up for the virtual 5K.
Right, exactly.
It's cold out here, but that's probably good for runners because they're warm. Do you want to move it forward?
Yeah. I'll just move it forward for you.
I am so sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
I just heard my dog go crazy, and I'm like kind of scared because I heard him like,
No, I think your daughter was with her, I believe, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they went that way, so.
Okay, I'm sorry. You guys are recording my bad.
No, all good.
So Phil, do you want to why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about some of our prior wine tastings, and if hopefully maybe in late summer, early fall, we'll be able to have another live event and a little bit about the wine tastings.
Right, no, I'd be happy to. So, yeah, we've had a lot of wine tastings recently in the past 2 years. Last year we actually partnered with Westmont Wines. I'll take a quick break because our favorite coach is running by.
Hey guys, I'm still alive.
That's what he says, but he's not even trying. He's not even breaking a sweat from what I can see. So anyway, our most recent wine tasting event was partnered with Westmont Wines, which is, Amy, I believe, what is it, like less than half a mile from the club? Yeah, they're very close. Nice local wine store. The owner, Alap, is a very friendly guy. He actually came in person to offer a selection of wines for us to taste, and there were some cheese pairings, some other pairings. We had some lovely desserts provided by, I believe it was Rob Kovacs, correct?
Yes, from Orlando's Bakery. Westmont Wines is located in Woodridge, New Jersey, and they partnered and helped us come up with an amazing tasting of white, red, and sparkling wines that we paired with cheeses. Participants were allowed to purchase some of the bottles as well, with the proceeds going to a charitable foundation. So again, that's for our 21 and up crowd, so older athletes and parents, but it's still a really fun event. So hopefully we're looking to have that, maybe if it has to be at the end of 2021, it's something we're looking at for, or we are looking at ways we could do it virtually, where maybe you pick up the wines and have tasting notes and live tasting notes. But again, it is fun to have it in person because the pairings were really awesome, and I learned a lot about wine. I studied a bit about wine, but it's always fun to learn more, and there's so much to styles of wine.
Right, no, exactly. There was a lot of different things here. Did you call any favorite wines you had from Alap's? Because he said, I think we tasted 10 or 12 of them. It was a lot.
The Cloudline Pinot Noir was one of the top. One of the sparkling that I believe it was a Prosecco. I don't remember, but that I have been purchasing from Westmont Wines pretty regularly because it was just a delicious, refreshing Prosecco that we like to start meals with. can't remember the name of that particular bottle. And then there was a Chardonnay. I think it was Sun something Chardonnay. But if you go to DurkinFencing.com to the Foundations tab and you look at wine tasting, you can see on our website the prior wine tastings and the names of the wines and the cheese pairings that we had. So I can't remember off the top of my head, but the information is at DurkinFencing.com on the Foundation tab. And at DurkinFencing.com also on Foundation tab is where you can find the information for our 5K and how to sign up. If you want to run, walk, bicycle, do your footwork for 5K, we're very flexible. You just have to sign up. It's $25 to participate. Again, we're looking for challengers who think they can beat Patrick's time for running a 5K in his neighborhood. There is a t-shirt that you will get too for participating. You can see the t-shirt on our website. I think it's a pretty cool design this year, considering we pivoted to have a virtual event. So it's a little bit different than prior years. Let us know what you think. I think it's a pretty cool t-shirt. Can't wait to give them out to all the participants and to everybody that helped make this event such a success. Ballpark, how much have you raised to date from the virtual 5K?
We'll have to check over the numbers more clearly to make sure everything is right, but I believe from what I saw, we're around $4,000-$5,000. So very nice support from everyone. We always appreciate it.
And we really appreciate it. That $4,000 or $5,000 will help our fencers travel to about 5 to 10 Olympic qualifying and U.S. team qualifying events. Again, it depends. The Grand Prix in Seoul, Korea is a much more expensive flight than like a London or a Germany, some other trips. There are World Cups also in the United States sometimes. So there was a Junior World Cup in Arizona.
Patrick, how many laps left?
I have 3.
Here's
Awesome.
Coach Durkin. He's on a good course here with his 5K, but again, there's different World Cups. Some are in the United States, most are in other countries, and again, the travel costs add up quickly for athletes who have to travel to multiple World Cups, for all 4 years of the Olympic cycle. So we started this foundation because we identified fencers who were very dedicated to the sport, loved fencing. They just needed some financial support to pay for travel costs for Olympic team and national team qualifiers. Without the funds from the foundation, they would not have been able to travel to these events. And without traveling to the events, you can't earn points, which is what will get you onto the national team. So, as I mentioned before, Carl Matrika, Nikki Bach, Jason Pryor, Jackie Dubrovich, Brian Kanashigi, Grant Williams, these are all recipients of grants from the Patrick Durkin Fencing Foundation. If you want more information, again, DurkinFencing.com has a foundation tab. It's on the club website, but that's saves a little money in posting for the foundation. Oh, one thing really important to mention, the foundation is 100% volunteer, so no one receives a salary. Patrick, myself, Phil, and all the members of our board donate our time to the foundation. So 100% of what you donate and what you contribute to the 5K goes to like the t-shirt costs, and that's it. No one is getting a salary for their time helping run this foundation. We try to keep it as streamlined and efficient as possible. Try to keep the overhead again as low as possible. So we're paying for some t-shirts, for the wine and cheese. We have to buy some of those products and plates and napkins, rent some linens and wine glasses, but we try to keep the overhead as low as possible so that as much of the donations as possible will go to the athletes to support support their endeavors trying to make U.S. teams.
Exactly. That was great, Amy. Now, Amy, just to shift gears a bit, should we go over some of the future events we have planned, or should we keep some of that a secret just to get people? Because we have some nice things in the pipeline, but I don't know. Should we let out of the bag, or should we keep it hidden?
We do have some really exciting things, but with COVID, again, as you've seen, we've had to pivot our usual 5K to a virtual event. Again, we're trying to plan a wine and cheese when the COVID cases become more manageable or the vaccine is more widely available, so that in-person events are a little bit safer. At that point, we're planning on having another in-person fundraiser. But for now, we'd really like to see everybody, participating at home or in ways that they feel comfortable, so that they're not risking anything with COVID.
That's right. Yeah, we'll always try to keep everyone safe, and hopefully we'll be able to see you all in person real soon when this thing sort of lines up a bit.
And I heard from Grant the other day, it looks like they are planning on having some World Cups this season. The first will be in Cairo, Egypt. The FIE is doing an inspection to make sure that it is safe and that they have policies in place to prevent the spread of COVID. I'm not exactly sure the details of that. You can probably find that on the FIE website. The FIE is the international governing body for fencing, but they are planning on going ahead with some of the World Cups. I know the last World Cup in Luxembourg, they did have temperature checks and they were very strict about it. I remember Patrick got his temperature checked, he got a wristband, he went back to his hotel to change into a suit to watch the finals, and he didn't have his wristband and the doctor wasn't there to recheck his temperature, so they would not let him in at all. So I know it is very strict. But now they may be looking to have the athletes vaccinated or rapid COVID tests before participating. I'm not sure, but I know that they are planning on having World Cup, so your donation and your support of our 5K will really help athletes travel to Cairo and other World Cups this season. I believe Seoul, Korea is lined up to occur, and Seoul is one of the more expensive tickets, although with COVID, I don't know what's going on with travel prices. I haven't checked, but hopefully that prices have gone down, but I also know that there's less flights, so we do hope that in the future, and again, these World Cups are planned for spring and later on in the season, but so far they're scheduled as long as the FIE can find a way for the athletes to safely travel and participate, which we're hoping can occur. If not, when the World Cups do resume, if that does have to be later in the summer or even next season, the monies raised by the foundation will go to the athletes at that point. So what the foundation does is the athletes will pay for their own travel costs, flight, hotel, and they submit the receipts to our executive director, who will reimburse them for their travel. If you are interested in being supported by the foundation, you can go to the website durkinfencing.com/foundation for more information. It is compliant and compatible with NCAA fencers because it is reimbursing costs of participation in the sport and trying to make U.S. national teams. So as long as you're being reimbursed and you provide receipts for actual expenses, we're not just giving money to athletes. If you have a $500 plane ticket and a $200 hotel stay for your World Cup, that will be reimbursed. It's not just free money, it's reimbursement for actual and reasonable travel costs that incurred. Our athletes are not, flying first class and staying in luxury suites. We also limit the athletes to $5,000 per season, so they are trying to find, economical ways to stretch that money. And case by case, we can grant more reimbursement for travel costs that were incurred, and in a reasonable amount, so that we can support as many athletes as possible with what we're raising. So Phil has told us to date for our virtual 5K we've raised between $4,000 and $5,000. So that is about enough to support an athlete for an entire season once they are able to travel, which is incredible. And depending again on the cost of travel, that might even be able to extend to 2 athletes for all of their World Cups for a season, which really means a lot to these athletes who are so close to their dreams of making a World Cup or Olympic team. But then when they realize all of the additional trips and expenses involved, it kind of can become prohibitive. Or maybe they're in college and their families are paying so much for college tuition that they don't think that they can extend that extra money for traveling. So it is really important to help those athletes so that the U.S. can have a really strong national team and a strong presence as a country at these World Cups. If you're wondering who goes to a World Cup, you apply through USA Fencing to go to the World Cups, and it's based on your rank. So if you're number 1 in the country, obviously you'll definitely get to go, and then it goes down. And if some of the top athletes can't go or choose not to go, it will go down in rank. So we want to make sure that top-ranked athletes who don't have the funds or funding to go have that opportunity, and that's why we're out here in the cold to raise money with our virtual 5K fun run. Coach Patrick's actually running around right now. He's running the 5K. We will post his time at the end of this video. If you want to run, walk, bike, roller skate, rollerblade, a virtual 5K at your home or in your neighborhood or wherever you feel comfortable, you can go to durkinfencing.com, go to the foundation tab, and click on the virtual 5K. It will take you to a click and pledge portal where you can sign up and see our really cool t-shirt design for the 2020-2021 virtual 5K.
Last lap?
Quick update. I'm at 2.44 miles. I got about 0.6 more. I'll see you in a few. I'm gonna run a little wider this time.
He is
it.
crushing it. At the end of this video, again, we'll post Patrick's time, and we challenge you to run the 5K on your own. And I'll tell you, it is cold out here, so and there are a little bit of hills. So if you're running it on your basement in your treadmill, you have a good opportunity to beat his time. So take that opportunity and send us a quick picture or video about your experience. We'd love to hear about it and share it with our sponsors. It's only $25 to sign up for the 5K, and again, we will send you a awesome t-shirt, or if you're in the New Jersey area, you could pick it up at our club. There's details on the website, durkinfencing.com. On the foundation tab, the virtual 5K, it has all the information there about how to sign up, how to participate, and how to get your awesome t-shirt at the conclusion of the 5K. So the t-shirt this year is pretty cool.
It is. I mean, you mentioned Grant earlier in your conversations earlier about the World Cup process, and as I understand, Grant is currently 5th on the points list, and he's trying to really climb hard to get that 4th spot. So if you want to just talk about his experiences in the past year or so, training in this whole pandemic, and what it's been like working with him.
Yeah, that's a great question. Early in the pandemic, when we were locked down and the club was closed, Grant went home to stay with his family for a little while. All of our classes were online remote, so I did see some videos that he sent of training on his own, like in his driveway at home, and he did remote, again, classes and lessons with Coach Patrick. He did also a lot of strength and conditioning in the off season. Again, some of that was through our virtual academy, and I believe he also went to his local high school and got permission because their high school was closed because of COVID. They actually gave him the keys to the weight room because he was an aspiring Olympian, and he was able to use the weight room completely on his own. Like, it was just him in this empty weight room, training over the summer. Or that was the spring. Then in the summer, when we were able to open, Grant came back to the academy where he was able to train. We reopened with a lot of COVID mitigation policies in place: mask wearing, hand washing, sanitizer. Fortunately, fencing, everyone's pretty far apart for all of the warm-up drills, lessons. You're not super close to your coach, so he participated in our summer camps and is training now at Durkin Fencing Academy, really working on improving his fencing skills so that he can make results at the upcoming World Cup qualifiers for the Tokyo Olympics that have been rescheduled to summer 2021. We're really hoping that they will be able to have the Olympics safely with vaccines coming out. But as we get more information on that, we will share it. But we know Grant is definitely working hard. He's definitely planning on traveling and competing for the United States at the upcoming fencing World Cups and hopefully the Tokyo Olympics.
Right, and we're all supporting him. We're all wishing him the best, and we know that he's going to find a way to make it happen because that's what he's all about.
Yeah.
So, Amy, we're coming to this last lap. Any last thoughts on this? Do you think Patrick achieved what he was going to achieve with this?
I think he achieved his goal. His primary goal was to raise enough funds to support an amazing fencer for the next cycle of World Cups, which it looks like we are about at that goal of 5,000. Of course, all of your donations will help fund U.S. athletes. Again, it's 100% volunteer organization, so no one is making a salary. The foundation does not pay for any lessons, coaches, training, camp. It only reimburses travel for athletes who go to World Cups, national team, or Olympic qualifying events. So all of your money is going to support these athletes and not to any coaches club or anything like that. If you want to support our 5K or run the 5K and try to beat Patrick's time, go to durkinfencing.com, go to the foundation tab, and the first choice will be virtual 5K. All the information is there on how to sign up, how to donate, how to get your awesome 5K t-shirts. It also has a little bit more information about our foundation and what we provide for athletes. There also are tabs that feature our prior 5Ks if you want to see what our live 5Ks looked like. They were in Central Park in New York City, so you can see some photos from those events. You also can see our wine and cheese, some of the awesome wines and cheese pairings that we had back last year and the year prior when we were able to have live events. And to recap, we've supported junior, cadet, and senior fencers in all three weapons. Grant Williams, Carl Matreka, Nikki Bach, Jackie Dubrovich, George Hagland, who I forgot to mention, Royal Fencer, who made the junior U.S. team and was ranked #1 in the world in juniors. Brian Kadashigi, Jason Pryor in epee. We really want to support as many U.S. fencers as possible. So if you're looking for more information on how you can help, go to durkinfencing.com. There's a foundation tab that has a bunch of links to our current virtual 5K fundraiser, as well as our prior events and how we've helped U.S. fencers.
Awesome. That was great to hear it. And as we all know, there's some upcoming athletes as well in the younger groups. So whoever can be next, if you want to make it happen. So I think honestly we picked the perfect time for this because it is just starting to rain a little bit. So I think 5 or 10 minutes later, Patrick would have been in major trouble. Do you agree?
Yes, yes. So he is probably going to want some of that wine and cheese from Westmont Wines in Woodridge when he is done with this, because it is cold and it is starting to rain a little. But again, if you want to challenge his time and you want to run on a treadmill in the comfort of your own home, that is totally cool. The beauty of the virtual 5K Patrick Durkin Fencing Foundation Fun Run is it's entirely up to you where and when you participate. So if you feel comfortable on a treadmill at home, or even in your home where you find some space, or in your neighborhood at a time, when there's not a lot of people out, you can definitely participate on your own. It's really easy. I think we've tried to make it as easy as possible. All you need is your phone or a computer to go to durkinfencing.com, go to the foundation tab, and pick the top option, which is the virtual 5K fun run, and it will take you to a click and pledge link, which has all the information on how to sign up, how to donate, and how to get your awesome t-shirt.
Hi guys.
Time?
Not good. 34 minutes, but 3.19 miles.
Awesome.
So for a
Let's show the watch again. It's a little blurry. All right.
So for a 42-year-old ex-athlete who hasn't run since COVID happened, I think I did all right. If I can do this, you guys can do this. I know Coach Phil and Amy have been talking about why we're doing this. Well, we want to change people's lives. We want to be competitive at a senior level internationally. Even more so, so many athletes quit after college that could have been Olympians or Olympic medalists because there was no one there to help them. I was speaking to the number 3 fencer in the country in one of the weapons. I won't name who it was, but this athlete just recently told me USFA is only contributing a small number a month to him. So we're here to help. Our goal for the next cycle for 2024 is to fully fund 6 athletes at least, if not more, for all international plane tickets, hotels, international camps, etc. In addition, when those athletes train with our organization, we never take a penny for them. So 100% of the money goes to the athletes, plane tickets, direct fares. That's how we're set up. No one in our organization gets a penny out of the organization. It is only for the athletes. So help us make this possible. We need about $200,000 raised in the next 4 years, 3.5 years to make this dream become a reality. I know we can do it because we did it last time, and we're going to do it again. Thank you, everyone. I survived. Now it's your chance to do your 5K and raise some money for the foundation. Whew.